Love. I'm very confused about that. Hey guys, it's Colleen back with Intrigue at Oakhaven. Yeah, so we had just visited Bridget from the Bayou, and now we came back, and for some reason there's an island picture and a key. I'm still not sure what to do with that key yet. It might be a good time to go to Dominic, though. Oh! Well, that is the first time that we've seen that, where it says we can't switch.
What a night. What can it all mean? Who left that picture? And what is that key for? Did Dominic leave it for me to find? Grandmère? I've got to find a way to that island.
Yeah.
Maybe the answer is there. But for now, I need a good night's sleep.
Oh, maybe we just couldn't switch because it was day and night and you get back to day for Dominic. I don't know. Okay, I do... what are the scores? Oh, shit. Yeah, we're behind on Dominic.
I need the oars.
Alright. Last time we just found the oars here. But that's not the case. We have the knife. Is it just that we need something else in the gree-gree? Whoop. Is that what's going on? We need something else in the gree-gree.
I'm busy right now, Mr. Dominic. Come back later.
Fuck, we need to light the match. That's what's going on. We need to light the match. And I keep trying, like, nope. Okay, so not there. Right? Anywhere there's a fire. Give me anywhere there's a fire. Cause look.
All the candles are unlit on the cake.
Yeah. I think there are some lamps in the attic. Am I mistaken? No, it's a storage room. Fuck. Okay. I think the storage room is over here. Okay, let's see. Can we... Dude.
I wanna tell you about my lady.
If I could just figure out how to light the match, maybe. Hold on. Where's the kitchen again? Here. I can't just use the... Like, it needs to be lit, right?
I need to figure out a way to light all the candles on this cake.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so silly. Oh, there's already one. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, I did that faster than I expected, actually. I can't believe that. Well, let's do it. Come on. Maybe it automatically... Did it? Yeah, okay. It must have automatically done it. Because we're ready to go.
I need the oars.
Oh. Hell yeah! Oh, what am I doing? My bad.
Hey, buddy. What you been doing since I've been gone?
Ah, what a sweetheart. Sounds like a motorboat. I do like, though, how the crane is something so... such a small image within the game. was so important, and it's the start of your journey throughout the bayou, you know? And that's the picture that was chosen to be on the Steam cover. I like that a lot. Whoa!
Hold up there, fellows. You know me, remember?
What do I do? Maybe the one where there's more animals? I'm not sure. That could have been totally wrong. Oh, there's my snapping turtle. Fuck yeah. Okay, yeah, we're definitely on the right track.
Wow. Riding through the swamp at this time of night is really something.
I think it's beautiful.
I sure hope that boy doesn't decide to drop as I go past.
Ooh. You're gonna let me go, right? Oh, you're not gonna let me go. I can still go though, right? Oh no, what do I do in this situation? What do I do in this situation? I think I got lost. Oh, he's telling me, no, don't go there. Okay. So I get lost.
Finally. I've been turned around and lost for so long.
Oh.
Well, here goes nothing. Man.
Oh, this
these wretched
is
mosquitoes
the
are killing
Bridget.
me.
Please have a look around first, and then we can bargain.
Wait, what the fuck's going on?
This looks interesting. What is this?
Oh, Hattie?
That's my famous love potion. Are you
Love.
looking for love?
Not right now.
No, not at this time. But I'll keep it in mind if I ever have the desire.
Oh, herbs.
What are in these pods?
These hold very powerful herbs. Some of them brew a great tea. Would you like me to make you some tea?
No, I don't want any tea.
Okay.
That's what you call homegrown tobacco. Made with my special recipe of swamp ingredients, and will fix any aches and pains that you have. Would you like some?
I think I will pass, unless it gets rid of these darn mosquitoes.
Doesn't help much with those critters.
A spinning wheel.
Oh.
Do you make your own clothes?
Yes, I do. It can also be used to spin dreams or remove nightmares. Do you sleep well at night?
Yes, I do.
Young Dominique Allen from Oakhaven. My, but you have grown. What brings you to old Harry tonight? Que désirez-vous, mon enfant?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. My baby.
How do you
What
know
do
my
you
name?
desire, my baby?
I've never met you before.
Oui, oui, mon cher. La ville des sorcières, c'est beaucoup de choses. Harry
Beaucoup. What does
knows
that
more
mean? That
than
sounds
you
so
might
familiar.
think. Come closer. Let me see your face in the moonlight.
I didn't come to visit you. I mean, I don't want to disturb you, but I was taking a ride through the bayou and I must have made a few wrong turns. I've been lost for hours, it seems, until I came upon your hut. I thought maybe you could help me find my way.
Mon Dieu, tu ressembles à un garçon que j'ai connu il y a plusieurs années. You remind me of a boy I knew long ago. Tell me, how is your father? He has not been to see old Harry for quite some time now.
He's sick.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Dominique. I knew the man who adopted you, the one you call father. Es tu étonné? Many were the nights he came to me to fix a cure for himself or a love potion for his latest conquest.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Love potion for his latest conquest. I'm starting to think his father maybe isn't the greatest man in the world.
Old Joe was right. He told me about you and your ways. Joe did tell me that my father came to see you often. He swore by those potions you gave him. He could use one now. He's had a stroke. Do they really work?
Of course she's going to say yes. She's a saleswoman.
Dominique, you are wise indeed. Old Joe knows much. You would do well to listen to him. But know this. If you question, then you do not believe.
That's true.
If you do not believe, then there are no potions that will work for you or Alexander, chérie. Vous savez, mon cher enfant, la vie n'est pas toujours ce qu'elle semble être.
I used to know what n'est pas meant, but I don't. Damn.
I believe you can show me something from my past.
Yes, I can give you a piece of your past. I'll need some simple ingredients and a gift for the deed. Do you have something to offer me, Dominique Alain?
Maybe. Can I give you this?
Do you have something to offer me? Do you...
No? Okay.
You don't have anything... Do you have...
What?
You don't have... Do you have...
A hat.
You don't have... Do you...
Take these.
I see you noticed the tobacco hanging from the rafters. I do love a good smoke, especially when it is rolled so nice and tight. Now, I will need a mixture of cinnamon, garlic, and cloves.
I have that.
I need a mixture.
I have that as well.
Très bien, mon enfant. You have done very well. You are more like your papa than you know. Now, close your eyes and breathe deeply.
Wow.
When you open them again, you will see something from your past.
Okay.
Then I will guide you back to Oakhaven.
Okay. Who is that? Is that our adopted father? What? Wait, who were they? Who were they, though?
I'm a little woozy in the head, like I've been drinking too much. I'll sit in the gazebo for a while to clear my head.
Ooh, there's gonna be something in there for you, too. Oh, the
Picture
same
of
thing.
the old island and a key. I wonder if Daphne left these here.
It's the same thing. How many, what are the scores? 9 and 7. Whoa, what's this?
Why, it's an old locket. Someone must have lost it.
Okay. I was about to say you're
What a
going to
night.
bed, huh?
That old Hattie is some character. I guess old Joe was right. Who were those people I saw? Daphne must have left that picture and key for me to find.
I don't know about that.
She must want me to investigate that island. But what could the key be for? Think, Dominic, think. Maybe something will come to me after a good night's rest.
I think maybe their grandmother, knows something more than they're telling them. I think. I don't know. Or maybe it's Daphne's mother. We need to switch.
These are such beautiful teacups. There are so many herbs that can be put in tea that have medicinal value. I have my own favorite.
It's just the tea. Let me see what he has. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's play 8-ball. Let's play pool. I am not too hot at this in real life. I like it. I have fun doing
I need
it.
a cue stick to play.
Well, I'm not the best at it, but that's fine. You don't need to be the best at something to have fun doing it, you know?
Wanna tell you about my
Let me practice up my snooker skills before I play a game with Joe. I see all the red balls are missing.
What does
except for
snooker
one.
mean?
I'll sink that one first, and then the other colored balls by lowest points to highest points.
Okay. Okay, so I just have to remember. Okay, so this is nothing like pool. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's ask him about the locket if we
busy right
can. Okay, no.
This looks like some history questions.
Oh,
Number one's
okay.
my
Let's see
favorite
if we
subject.
remember this. Food, fun, and just before Lent. Sweet King Louis the 14th. Cousins. 24. I do remember that. I knew these questions would come up. Oh, you're talking about Jean Lafitte. Very famous pirate. Is it crawfish or Cajun, capital of the world? I want to say crawfish. Okay. The voodoo queen of New Orleans. Her voodoo was practiced in blank. Oh, I think it's at Congo Square, no? I don't know. I either want to say, I don't think it's French Quarter. I think I want to say Congo Square, but that could be wrong. Oh, was that right? Does that noise mean it's right? I think I got it right. 15 million. That was kind of like hammered into our heads as middle schoolers. Beauregard. North and South, which I am very confused about that. I didn't know like that was a thing. Hell yeah. I know they're tied. Maybe it had to be tied for her to move on. Oh, that always freaks me out when it does that. Hold on. Oh my god, if I just had to put the teacup to it, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Hold on.
It looks like I need to move these herbs and find the correct remedy. I can do this by moving the herb into the correct remedy box.
So I'm just
I
dumb.
can go to the herb garden off of the kitchen if I need help.
I'm just dumb.
There's a book in the library about herbs also.
I'm just very dumb. Let's see if I can remember this. Spearmint. I believe it's the same thing as peppermint. Oh shit. What was the laxative? Garlic, calms nerves, stomach. That's chamomile. Diuretic. It's motion sickness. Vitamin C. One of them did say a lot of vitamin C. I want to say, no, I'm not sure. I can't be 100% sure on that. Treats body sickness, reduces cholesterol, and helps prevent formation of blood clots. Oh. Wait, if I leave and then come back, it's still there. Okay, so this is what I'm going to... Alright, No, I need to go back to the library and go back to the garden and look things up. Okay, we've got Sue sore throats and upset stomach. Is going to be the bark. Yeah. Prevents migraines. Yes, fever view. Diuretic. It's, oops. Ginseng. I didn't know ginseng did that. I'm sorry, not ginseng. Ginger. I didn't know ginger did that. Immune system from toxins. This one's ginseng. Antibiotic action. Is golden seal. Rose hips. Sorry, vitamin C, rose hips. New cells. Oh, what was that? Is that, what was it? Cookie. Oh yeah, laxative. Is that This dandelions. That's good to know. What is this concept? I should know this. There we go. Raspberry helps treats morning sickness? I didn't know that. Now, nothing else is in my inventory.
I have finished all my puzzles.
Yeah. So
I think
Dominic
I will
has
row
one
out to
more.
the island to see what I can discover there.
Well, I was going to have. Well, you know what? That's okay. Whatever you say. I was going to have him finish. Oh, she did 11. I thought she did 10. I was going to have him finish his, but if you insist, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go, dude.
A lonely gravestone out here by itself. We always wondered who was buried here. There is no inscription on the stone.
Huh.
I seem to remember this old cave from when Dominic and I were
You
younger.
need
but I didn't remember this
both!
old trunk being here.
You need your
It's locked. I
cousin!
wonder if my key will fit it.
You need your cousin, though. I can guarantee you that.
There are 2 locks, and I only
Oh.
have 1 key that works. Brigitte Lacroix's witchboard spoke of a lock. Only as a pair will the truth be told and the lock of silence be broken. The pair must include Dominic. I'll have to wait for him before this trunk can be opened.
Okay.
That old hobby horse reminds me of when Father took Daphne and I to the carnival. We rode the carousel all day. I just can't get over it. It looks to be a slider puzzle, in which I'll have to move the squares to...
Oh, but this isn't a... No! No! No, 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 no. I cannot do slider puzzles. Like, to save my life. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. 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 Even though it's a 3x3, I'm normally such trash at slider puzzles, and I'm proud of myself for doing a 3x3. Yeah! So we should have
Okay,
one more
the
puzzle, I
puzzles
believe.
are done.
Oh, no? Really?
Now I'm off to go find that island.
Oh, okay. But I thought, let me just see. Doesn't it say like 10 versus 11? Oh, no. Okay. Then why do you still have a necklace and okay. Hell yeah, dude. And then the grandmother's gonna come out and be like, y'all are both the heirs. Y'all have to work together. That's why y'all would be good business partners together. That's what I'm gonna guess. That's what I'm gonna guess.
There you are,
Yes, I have a
Oh
key.
shit, I missed it. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I missed
come
it.
on.
Oh,
Put it in the lock. I
trying-
want to see what is in here.
I'm trying to.
Let me try my key now. Hattie's crystal ball showed me 2 people from my past, a man and a woman.
That's
I have
true,
this
I
strange
almost
feeling that
forgot.
I'm unlocking my past.
Maybe she is as well, you know?
There, that did it. The lock opened, but the lid is stuck shut. I need something to pry it open.
Got it. I got you. I got you.
This here was Joe's great-granddaddy's knife. Let's see if it can still work some magic for us.
Look, Dominic. It's a diary.
Well, don't just stand there looking at it. Take it out and let's read it.
Dominic, this has to be my mother's diary. That old photo must be my mother. But who is the other one of? Could it be my father?
We had an image of them. Okay, no. Hey. Oh, shit, it's gonna read
I
it.
saw
My bad.
Jacques Minuit today as I took a boat ride through the swamp. It was around twilight when the swamp lights just start to show, and the water holds that special magic I've come to know. I saw him hiding behind a cypress tree watching me. I pretended I didn't see him. I could tell. He was at home here
That's
on these
fucking weird.
mysterious waterways. He probably lives in that community that I hear about so often from Mother. Why is she always warning me to stay away from these people? I find them absolutely fascinating. I stayed out there longer than I should have. By the time I turned the boat around and got to the dock, it was already quite dark. Paulina is already trying to scare me about being out on the boat at night and how I need to get back home before the sun sets completely. Honestly, you think I was nothing more than a witless schoolgirl with the way they treat me. Those swamp lights have never scared
Well,
me.
how old are
I think
you?
they're fascinating. So, Jacques Minuit was watching me. Me.
Because I know
He
even up
has the
until the
most
age of like
beautiful
23,
eyes,
I was
so
still pretty
dark and piercing, like the
naive about
color of
walking around
midnight.
by myself.
Even though I tried not to look at him, I could still feel his gaze on me. June 12, 1975. The humidity was so thick today you could cut it with a knife. It makes me feel like suffocating. The only place I think I can breathe is on the water. I went for
Is that
another
where
boat
the
ride
most
today,
humidity
again just at
is?
twilight. The water was so calm. It looked as though it were made of glass. I was hoping to catch another glimpse of Jacques Minuit. I went deeper into the swamp this time, where the Spanish moss hangs from the cypress trees like my own long hair. I wonder if Jacques likes long hair. I thought I saw many gators up on the banks today. Must mean we're in for a storm. It felt like 100 eyes were staring.
Really quick. She said she hopes Jacques likes her long hair. Do whatever you like with your own looks.
Through the brush. Yet when I looked hard for them, there was nothing. No rustling, not a sound. I just couldn't shake this weird feeling. I guess I managed to scare myself pretty badly and started to panic about being lost in the swamps forever, and that maybe I should have listened to Paulina and all her legends. And then I heard it. Someone was whistling. It was coming from an old shack near one of the banks up a ways around a bend in the water. The rundown shack was built up on 4 stilts. I called out a hello, and the next thing I know, there he was, Jacques Minuit, looking all fine and handsome. He threw me a rope and helped me pull the boat closer to the ladder, which led up to the shack. When he touched my hand to help me out of the boat, I felt a shock go through me, as I had never felt before. I think I knew, at that moment, my life would never be the same. Jacques asked me if I would like to meet his mother, Hattie. Paulina and Joe have told me since I was little about Hattie. She's a swamp witch, old Joe would always say. Rachel, you better eat all your dinner or Hattie the swamp witch will get you. If I had a nickel for every time old Joe would tell me that, I'd be as rich as father. Ha! And now I was going to meet her face to face. I told Jacques that I would love to meet his mother, and we went inside the shack. How strange his mother is. Far older and grizzled than I would have imagined at first appearance. More like his granny than his mama. Yet, although her body is bent and skin weathered and leathery, there was such a peculiar twinkle within those piercing gray eyes, as though the knowledge of the world abided within her. She was quite kind and offered me one of her special
what
brown
year is this
teas.
in-
It was
okay.
delicious. I asked her what kind it was. Hattie just winked at me and said, "Oh, a bit of this and a blob of that, my dear." Though served hot, it had a strange cooling effect. Upon me. I must have drunk at least 4 cups.
That's a lot.
We talked and laughed away the steamy afternoon. I told Jacques I needed to get back to Oakhaven. It was very dark by this time. So Jacques brought along his boat and followed me out of the swamp. I cannot sleep tonight from the excitement of thinking about Jacques. June 13, 1975. I went back again today. I feel so free, far from this stifling house where conformity runs your life. Jacques met me halfway in, where the waterway splits in 2 directions. I hopped into his boat, and he rowed out to a secret island that he had discovered a year earlier. He brought a picnic lunch, which I'm sure Hattie had packed for him, in a blanket. We ate crab cakes, fried alligator, and crawfish etouffee. He also brought along some homemade moonshine, but he said it would be far too strong for me, and pulled out a special blue glass flask from the basket. "This is for you, chérie." It was that wonderful brown tea from Hattie. "Now, make sure that you drink it all. My mama brewed it just for you." We drank and ate and laughed until the sun was setting, but I didn't care. How strange that I felt so lightheaded, even though Jacques wouldn't part with his moonshine. Then Jacques leaned in and kissed me. All at once there was a mutual understanding of love between us. We both agreed that this relationship would be very hard on my family, even unacceptable. We decided we would continue to see each other, even with the odds against us. July 20, 1975. I woke up to a searing headache this morning, but even with the odd pain, I still felt joyous in the knowledge that within just a few hours, I would be with my beloved. Mother and father are starting to get suspicious about my disappearances from the house.
Well, yeah.
I must be careful. I told them I am working on my studies at an island I discovered. That seemed to appease father. But mother is another story. She remarked today that it was indeed odd that someone in the gleeful mood that I was in should have such terrible headaches at the same time. It is so hard to fool her. She knows that I have met someone. I told her I was seeing someone from the college. That seemed to pacify her. She smiled and walked off.
Also, like...
July 30, 1975. Jacques was in a sour mood today. His mother Hattie had given him a lecture about how he shouldn't be looking beyond his own people when he decides to take a wife, and that only his own kind can understand their lifestyle, a lifestyle that has been maintained for centuries.
Awkward.
I knew, and so did Jacques, that she was referring to me. Yet, the blue glass flask was full to the brim with my favorite brew from Hattie, and as soon as I sipped the tea, I could feel its inviting coolness wash over me, and my headache seemed to disappear.
That's just
September
a
8,
dog, girl.
1975. I have made a decision to be with Jacques forever. We cannot live without each other. I am going to sneak out of the house tonight. Jacques will meet me in the gazebo at midnight, and we will go into the swamp together to start our new life. I must not wake the others. September 15, 1975. Our plan was successful. We have a small shanty that we are living in, and this is fine for now. I'm so happy. Jacques and I spent every hour together. We went fishing today, and I caught my first fish. We ate it for dinner.
Fun.
October 1, 1975. I have been seeing father lately, searching the swamps. I know he wants to find me and take me back. I miss him and mother so much. But they would make me leave Jacques, and I can't do that. Ever. November 6, 1975. I have been feeling sick every morning. My special brew of brown tea only helps my headaches, nothing more. I went to see Hattie to see if she had a remedy. She gave me some tea and did a reading with the leaves at the bottom of the cup. She looked at me with those timeless eyes and told me there will be a child and disaster will follow. A tear fell from her eye. I don't believe in all these superstitious things.
Maybe you
November
should,
29,
in this
1975. Father finally found us today. He was yelling from his boat for Jacques to come out of the shack and to talk to him. I begged him not to go out there. Father had his rifle with him. Jacques wanted to tell Father that everything was all right and he was taking care of me and that he loved me. I ran out after him. Father told me to get in the boat, that he was taking me home. I told him I wouldn't go. He said he would shoot Jacques if I didn't come and told me Jacques would ruin my life. I screamed at him that I loved Jacques and that I was staying. He aimed the rifle at Jacques. I heard the safety click off. I threw myself in front of Jacques and told Father I was pregnant. Father's face contorted in rage. I've never seen him look like that. He told me that I had brought shame upon our family and that mixing my pure bloodline with swamp trash was a disgrace beyond forgiveness. He turned around and left. January 1, 1976. The new year has come. Jacques and I celebrated today giving tribute to the unborn child. It has been raining all day. It has been raining all week, actually. I wish it would stop. It is making me anxious for some reason. The mosquitoes won't leave us alone. I have set out lanterns all around the shanty in hopes it will ward them off. I worry about the yellow fever. I've been hearing strange noises at night, like someone paddling a boat. Jacques sat up one night watching, but he didn't see anything. It must be my condition making me worry too much. February 8, 1976. Jacques and I went to visit the Vaudoon priestess, Brigitte Lacroix. She lives about a mile south of us, in one of the deepest and darkest parts of the swamp. Jacques told me she has special influence over ill-gotten fortune and black magic, and a protector of women and avenger of domestic violence. He spent many hours with her as a boy and liked to visit her from time to time to make sure she was okay, being out there in the swamp by herself. Her cabin was very smoky and hypnotic. I was very relaxed for some reason after being there for 5 minutes. I wondered if it was due to the candles that were burning, giving off some drugged smoke. I liked Brigitte immediately, and I could tell she liked me. I decided to have my cards read to see if Brigitte could determine the sex of my child. During the reading, Brigitte seemed to get very agitated. When I asked her what the problem was, she kept saying she was seeing double and couldn't give a good reading. She was more upset than I when we ended the reading with the death card. She explained it doesn't always mean death, sometimes misfortune. I asked her if it was related to my unborn babe, and she said no. I didn't pay much mind to it. After all, I had Jacques to protect me. March 20, 1976. I can barely write this entry, but I must record this exactly as it happened, so my child will know what happened to its father on this tragic day. My grief is enormous.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Jacques Minuit is dead. Murdered. I can barely write these words. His life, taken by my own father.
Oh, fuck.
He came in the early hours of morning while I was sleeping. Jacques must have heard something and went outside to see what it was. I heard a gunshot. I think I knew, even before I saw Jacques' body floating in the water, what had happened. Yes, it was my father. How could he? I saw him throw the rifle into the black waters and watched, horrified, as his boat slowly retreated back into the mist. Back to Oakhaven. I ran through the water to reach Jacques. I don't recall how long I stood there screaming, all the while trying to pull my beloved from the water. March 21, 1976. I laid on the ground all last night with Jacques, willing him to come back to our baby and me. By morning, I knew I had to bury him. I got him into the boat and rowed out to our secret island. I
Oh,
dug
that's
his
who it
grave
is.
and laid him to rest in the hollow where we always had our picnics. Goodbye,
Oh, God.
my love.
So
March 23,
sad.
1976. I am on the island with Jacques, protecting him. I will not let him be alone. I went to Hattie and told her about Jacques, my father, and that horrible day. She looked at me with those old eyes and didn't say a word. It was a look that blamed me for his death. She is right. It is my fault. I should have heeded all the warnings that everyone gave me. Now Jacques, my love, is dead. June 4, 1976. I have been spending my days taking care of Jacques. I put fresh flowers on his grave every day and talk to him every morning. Some days, I think he answers me back. I can hear him talking to me in my head. My head. The pain sometimes is so severe. Hattie will no longer brew my tea for me. I know that she wants me to suffer. I must learn to brew it myself if I am to survive. My time is very near now. I have been having pains. Tomorrow, I will row over to see Brigitte so that she can help me with the birth. I have no one else. June 6, 1976. After a long and laborious birth, the babies were born. Twins. A boy and a girl.
Oh, twins.
I
Holy
named them
fuck.
Daphne and Dominic. Brigitte walked me through it. She told me I called out Jacques' name over and over in my delirium.
They're
I must hurry and get well.
siblings?
I can't leave
They're
Jacques alone
siblings?
too long. I know he needs me. June 16, 1976.
So,
Brigitte is taking care of the babies today so that I
even
can
if
go to the
Dominic got it,
island
it
to
would still
visit
be
with
in the
Jacques.
blood.
I miss him. I arrived early in the morning
How are
when
they
the dew was still on the
separated?
ground, and I picked some magnolias and laid them on his grave. He always said their perfume reminded him of me. I talked to Jacques about his babies. I told him how beautiful the both of them are, and that he would be proud. When I left, it was starting to get dark. How can this be? It couldn't have been more than a couple hours that I was there. June 20, 1976. I asked Brigitte if she would do Vodun with me tonight to conjure up Jacques' spirit. She said when the drums start, we shall try, and that I was to pray to the Loas, ancestors, great men and women, kings and divine messengers for their intervention in our task. June 21, 1976. Brigitte was not able to conjure Jacques' spirit last night. I told her I felt Jacques' presence, but Brigitte told me it was only my imagination. We shall try again. July 5, 1976. Brigitte says she's getting worried about me, that I'm spending more time on the island than with the babies. I told her there was nothing to worry about, and that I was taking care of Jacques. He told me that he still needed me. He does not like to be there alone. The babies will keep. July 29, 1978. It has been a while since my last writing.
Wait. So, okay. So the cousins are actually siblings. I don't know why she would give them up separately, I guess. Maybe we'll find this out. But somebody literally told her she's scared that she's spending too much time with her late husband rather than her present children. I think as soon as somebody says that, you need to like stop and reevaluate the situation and try and look at it through like different lenses. Because that is concerning. You need to be
I
there.
had forgotten where I had put you, my diary. Dominic seems content here on the island and is growing stronger every day. But Daphne cries all the time as she suffers from the same headaches that I used to. She says she is frightened by me and that she doesn't want me talking to Jacques anymore. I've been brewing the brown tea for her, but it does not seem to help much. No matter. I will ask Jacques today when I see him whether the ingredients are correct. He has been such help these past 2 years. But he is different now. Colder somehow. And his eyes. His eyes, they have no light in them any longer.
What
Dominic doesn't seem to
eyes?
mind him or even notice him for that matter. How odd. And Daphne is terrified of him. I wonder why. October 15, 1978. My God. My God. What happened to Dominic? I've searched the whole island and cannot find him. Is he hiding from me? Where did the child go? He knows that I don't like to leave the island on my own without Jacques. He knows. October 16, 1978. I went to Brigitte to ask her to help me search for Dominic. She told me she saw Dominic with Hattie yesterday, and they were picking herbs, and Dominic was singing. She figured nothing was wrong and that Hattie must have decided to put the past behind her. What shall I do now? That swamp witch stole Dominic. If I go to her, she may put a curse on Daphne or myself, and I can't chance that. I went back to the island to ask Jacques what I should do.
Holy fuck, dude.
December 25, 1978. This morning I found 3 perfect magnolia blooms, and the blue glass flask filled with my special tea at the foot of my cot. I just know that they were from Jacques. He told me he would not let me forget Christmas. I worry about Daphne. She is becoming weak and listless. The hollow is so beautiful. Why does she cry so? Doesn't she realize how much her parents love her? January 18, 1979. It has been 3 months since I've seen Dominic. Brigitte told me she has seen him with Hattie and my uncle Alexander. I know that my uncle visits Hattie frequently for potions and such. April 15, 1979. I am convinced that Daphne may have some problems with her eyes. She continually stares at nothing when Jacques is here, as though she doesn't see him. August 14,
You're a little
1979.
unstable.
Daphne seems to have fallen ill. I tried to hold her, and all she did was scream. She is extremely hot. August 17, 1979. I tremble as I write this. Jacques has decided that our beautiful child may be bewitched. She falls into a fit whenever I call to him or when he enters our lean-to. It's horrible. She screams as though she is possessed. I don't know what to do. August 20, 1979. Jacques and I have fought 3 nights ago. He said that as long as Daphne is here with us, we will never be happy. Bring her back to your mother where she belongs. Bring her back or I shall leave you. I can still hear his harsh words. August 21, 1979. Jacques, come back, please. Oh dear God, don't leave me. I can't exist without you. I'll do anything. Please, please come back.
Wait. I'm sorry, but even if, like, the love of my life told me that they would leave me if I did not get rid of my child, I would have to suffer through that heartbreak and continue caring for my child. I thought that she was giving her child away to family because she realized she couldn't care for her. Her mother really did just abandon her. Oh my God. For somebody who, like, it seems like she has gone mad. I understand if people went to talk to loved ones that have passed away, but to think so much that you are willing to give up your child because your loved one, who is no longer in a mortal presence around you, says that he will leave you if you don't give up. Like, whoa, this is insane.
August 22,
Oh
1979.
my God.
Even though it is only late afternoon, I can feel the growing darkness of the storm as it gathers its strength around me. The wind sings its warnings to me as it rips through the tall cedars above. Wait, who is that singing? Is it Jacques? Has he returned to me? Ah, no, he will not return to me until I do what must be done.
Oh,
Wait
God.
for me, my dear beloved, until the deed is finished. Then I shall come to you in the hollow. Yes, I know what I must do. I'm almost ready. Just a little while longer, until the night surrounds the child and me. I will take her as you commanded, and then I shall return once again to our island in the hollow. We shall be together forever, my love.
Her mother really did go insane and just abandoned her. Yup. Oh, God.
Daphne,
Oh, my
do you
God.
realize what this all means? We're not cousins like everyone thought. I've always felt a connection between you and me, somehow stronger than just cousins. Jacques Menu and Rachel were our parents. You are my sister.
Yes. Dominic, yes. And more than just brother and sister. We are twins. I've always felt a part of me separated, empty. Now I know why. It all makes sense. Except for Dominic. What do you suppose happened to our mother?
Yeah.
What became of her?
Our mother must have lost her mind when grandpère shot our father. She obviously could not live without him. The shock of what our grandpère did, her pregnancy, and whatever Hattie was giving her to drink, must have unhinged her somehow. Jacques Menu remained here on this island with her, even after death, in her poor, twisted mind.
Oh, Dominic, I'm so confused. I don't recall any of this, do you?
Daphne, I know this is upsetting, but at least we have learned the truth about our past. We can move forward now. We'll be stronger for it. And there is something else.
What is it, Dominic?
We know now that we are both the rightful heirs to Oakhaven.
Hell yeah. We're going to take over together. That's
will
what
we
I
tell
want.
Nothing. Not just yet, anyway.
Does she know? Has Clonmel known all along? Why would she keep this a secret?
She might not know. Oh, she knew what her husband did, but she may not have known it
It
was
never
twins.
seemed like she did. Besides, what would be the point? No, I don't think she knows.
I don't think she
And
knows
if I
either.
am right, we can't just barge in there and tell her without some sort of proof.
I mean,
Did
take
you
the
take
journal,
the diary
obviously.
and the pictures from the trunk, Daphne?
Yes, I have them right here. Are we going to show Clonmel what we found? Do you think she is strong enough to deal with all of this?
That is just it. She isn't. No, Daphne, the shock could very well kill her. I'm convinced that Crandamir knows nothing about any of this. There are just too many unanswered questions still. Don't you think it's more than a coincidence that I'm your brother? That Hattie took me from mother? That my uncle? Alexander insisted on adopting me? Daphne, he knew Hattie very well. It's all connected somehow.
Yeah.
True. I've been wondering that myself. So, if not Granmere, then who? Uncle Alexander? Dominic, he lost his ability to speak. He won't be able to tell us anything.
No, Daphne. Not Alexander. Someone else. It's something that Hattie had mentioned to me last night. Daphne, think. Who would know more about the inner workings of Alexander's life and all of our family? Who would have lived through its past right alongside the family and protected Oakhaven's secrets?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dominic, of course. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Joe and Paulina.
Oh my god!
Exactly. I'm off to find old Joe. I need to speak with him. He knows more than he's letting on. I have these vague memories of
Oh my
conversations I
God.
overheard between Joe and Alexander when I was a child. Daphne,
Yeah.
bring the diary and the pictures back with you and meet me on the back porch.
Heard. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Before we talk to Joe, I want to show you what I found in the gazebo. Look when I open it. There's a lock
is
of
that?
hair. And the diamond? It must be worth a fortune. It's a silver locket. It's beautiful, isn't it? What is it, Daphne? You know this locket, don't you?
This isn't just a pretty locket. It is a very special one, and that gem isn't a diamond in the center. It's a beryl stone. This locket belonged to Granmere, and to her mother before her, and her mother before her. It's been in our family for generations. It was passed down from mother to eldest daughter on the daughter's 16th birthday for centuries on the D'Anjou side of our family.
So it's Granmere's then.
Yes, it would have been hers for a while. But once she had a daughter who came of age, the locket would pass once again from mother to daughter.
Our mother.
Our mother.
Daphne, what are we going to tell Granmere? Are you going to show her that locket?
Yeah.
I think we should tell her that we've tied, and that we've decided to share the responsibility of running
Yes.
Oakhaven
I
equally. That will make her
completely agree
happy.
with that. Yeah.
And yes, I am not only going to show her the locket, I am going to give it to her. Don't you see? It will give her peace if she thinks that mother came back to see.
Yes, I agree. But do you really believe the mother is the one who left the keys?
I'm
don't
not sure
know.
about that.
But who else could it have been? I'm not going to say anything about the
I thought it was
island,
the grandmother at
diary,
first.
or
I
what
thought
we
she was
know.
up to something
I don't
weird,
think that will
but
serve any purpose.
Then we are agreed. Ready, my sister? Let's go see old Joe.
oh, this is so weird. This is so weird.
Miss Daphne and Mr. Dominic, you're back. Paulina told me that you had each taken the small boats out this morning. So, are you finished with all the tasks devised by Madame Simone and Mr. Alexander? How'd you do? Who won?
We tied,
Yes,
bitch.
Joe, we finished. As a matter of fact, we've each completed all of the tasks. So, there's no winner. We've tied. Joe, we need to talk. Wait a moment. Why are you looking at me like that, Mr. Dominic? Mon Dieu, you found it. You found it, haven't you? Yes, Joe, we know. We've learned the secret about Oakhaven, about Rachel and Jacques, and more importantly, about who we really are. Daphne and I are brother and sister, twins to be more precise. Why do I feel that you were not surprised? Was it you, Joe? Did you plant those pictures and keys for us to find in the gazebo? You know, don't you? You know about our whole twisted story. About Hattie. About what grandpère did to our Jacques Menu. Or my real father. Why the secrecy? Did Uncle Alexander know? Joe, please, you must tell us. We have a right to know. Oui, Mr. Dominic. I know some of it, but not all. You must believe me, both of you. What I did last night, I did for love of you both and respect for Madame Simone. The secrets I kept for all
God.
these years, I did out of loyalty for Mr. Alexander. But that changed when I learned that Madame was pronounced terminal with only 6 months left to live. And then when Mr. Alexander was taken so gravely ill, I knew I must act. I will tell you everything that I know, but you must promise me that you will never tell any of what I'm about to say to you to Madame Simone. She is far too frail, and I know that the truth will kill her. Joe, I've known you all my life. You were always there for me, and I know for a fact that Alexander considered you far more than just his personal servant. He considered you a friend, as do I. Now, all of us here understand how delicate Grandmere's condition is. Daphne and I would never jeopardize her last few months of life for anything. Mr. Dominic, I know that you understand your Grandmere's condition, and I trust you. I trust both of you. Last week, just before your Uncle Alexander had a stroke, he told me of the plans he and Grandmere were concocting for each of you. I think he knew that something was going to happen to him. He told me that it was very important to plant those pictures in the gazebo for you to find, but only after one of you had found a way to meet with Hattie. I followed each of you into the swamps last night, waiting and watching until I was sure that one of you would meet up with her. When I saw you both there, Mr. Dominic, I doubled back to Oakhaven as quickly as I could and placed the pictures in the gazebo. I left one for each of you, in hopes that you might explore Rachel's Island and find something, anything that might lead you to what you know now. But I didn't know what that would be. He never told me.
We found these in a locked trunk in a cave on the island. I assume that these pictures are of my mother and father.
They
And
are
this is her
beautiful.
diary. It explains everything that happened.
So the pictures prove
shit.
that the diary
I didn't mean to
belonged
skip
to our
it.
mother, and that Jacques Minute, Hattie's son, was our father. But what I don't understand is how Alexander got involved in all of this. Why did he adopt me? Why keep it a secret, Joe? I'll try to explain this as best I can. Mr. Alexander and I have been very close for many years. To understand our relationship, I would have to give you our history. Your grandpa, Mr. Etienne, and your great-uncle, Mr. Alexander, were close brothers, but terrible rivals since childhood. Unfortunately, your great-grandmere died giving birth to Mr. Alexander. Now, Mr. Etienne, being the older of the two boys, was afforded the best that your great-grandpa's holdings could afford, but Mr. Alexander was not the favorite. In fact, in his father's eyes, he was responsible for his mother's death. Your great-grandpa hated him, but had promised your great-grandmere on her deathbed to take care of him and make sure that he grew to manhood. So he was permitted to stay at Oakhaven until he was old enough for college. I also grew up at Oakhaven, as my mother was the cook at the time. When the day came for Mr. Alexander to go on to the university, your great-grandpa allowed me to go with him as his personal servant. It was commonplace in those days, and I jumped at the chance. Your uncle was always very good to me. We became very close friends. Your great-grandpa lived long enough to see his youngest son become a successful yet black-handed lawyer. Alexander made his own fortune through quite nefarious means, becoming a major part of the pervasive corruption that was prevalent in the government of Terrebonne Parish. This extended to many of the judges and local law enforcement. It wasn't too long before he had more than half of the parish government in his back pocket. We lived in a large home in Houma, the very same place where we raised you, Dominic. I became his butler and took over the management of the household and the servants. Life was basically good back then, and we wanted for nothing. But Alexander was an adventurer, a gambler, and a restless one at that. One morning, after a night of carousing, he began to tell me about a mysterious woman he had met in the swamps off Barataria Bay. It was Hattie. I never could understand the attraction he had for her, but I knew that she somehow was responsible for most of his monetary gain. He spoke of potions and spells and hoodoo, and what she could possibly do for him, although I often wondered what she might do to him. The years went on, and no matter how rich and powerful he became, all it would take was a trip to Oakhaven and see Mr. Etienne to crush his spirits. It was as though it was eating him alive. He became worse and worse as he fell into his bottle and his dark recesses of despair. This went on the rest of his life. Now that you know some of our history, what I'm about to tell you must remain between us, if only for the sake of Madame Simone's health. About 25 years ago, Mr. Alexander came home one night in a terrible state. His eyes were wide and his hands were shaking. It seems that something terrible had happened. He had gone to see Hattie again. This time she had offered him a special cigar. He loved her cigars. Somehow he knew after a few puffs that this one was very different. He recalled feeling dizzy and then blacked out. The next thing he knew was that he was outside our door. Mr. Alexander didn't remember getting home and never remembered speaking to Hattie at all. I told him it was probably nothing and that he should go to bed and sleep it off. Well, I was wrong. Very wrong. The next morning, that no-account son of Hattie's, Jacques
that mean,
Minute,
no
or
account?
Jack Midnight, as we locals used to call him, came knocking on our back door as bold as you please, said he needed to speak with Mr. Alexander right away, told me to mention the poker game and deeds to some lions, and that Mr. Alexander would want to speak with him pronto. So I went and woke up your great-uncle and told him who was coming to call. And did he want me to send that no-good so-and-so packing? Funny thing, Mr. Alexander went all white-like and told me to invite him into the kitchen and put up a pot of coffee. So down I go to the back door and let that boy in. He couldn't have been more than your age, Mr. Dominic. He came in and sat down as smug as you please. When Mr. Alexander came through the door, he asked me to leave them alone and shut the kitchen door behind me. I did. But being Mr. Alexander's man, I couldn't stand there and do nothing. So I did what any self-respecting servant would have done. I listened at the door. What I got was an earful. Jack told him that things were going to change big time for him. You see, what Mr. Alexander didn't know was that the cigar that Hattie so innocently offered him was laced with wormwood, a powerful hallucinogenic poison. When Mr. Alexander was sufficiently numb, Hattie began to spin a mandala, or truth herb, in front of him. Mr. Alexander began to talk, and there he gave her the name of his latest wild deed, murder. It was with regard to some heavy uranium mines and deeds he had gotten in an unscrupulous poker game between Mr. Alexander, Sheriff Boulou, and an old army buddy of his. The betting was hot and heavy, and in the end Mr. Alexander lost fair and square, but he wrongly accused his friend of cheating and shot him. The sheriff dumped his body in the swamp to cover it up. Yes, that night, he willingly told Hattie everything. And who do you think was outside the crazy witch's shack while poor Mr. Alexander was blabbing his secrets away? I could hear his cold, soft laughter as he paused and drawled quietly. Me, Jack Midnight. So now you're gonna pay, Elaine. I heard Jack softly chuckle as the back door slammed closed. When I went to the kitchen, Mr. Alexander had a strange look in his eye. He told me to get the sheriff on the phone. Months went by as Jack Midnight started to blackmail your great-uncle. Mr. Alexander and his cronies tried to put an end to Jock, but they just couldn't catch him. He disappeared into the swamps, into the mist. Mr. Alexander and Sheriff Boulou were beside themselves. They were desperate. Mr. Alexander went to Hattie to appeal to her. She asked if he would be willing to give her something. She told him that she could never take what she wanted, that he would have to give it willingly. He agreed. Hattie made him sign Le Pacte de Sang, the Blood Pact, one of the most serious contracts there is. He had no choice. He agreed. Hattie told him that there was only one thing she wanted. Miss Rachel, your mother. Give her Miss Rachel to have as her own, and she would put an end to the blackmailing. Hattie began to devise a plan. It was very simple. Hattie would often watch Miss Rachel, and she would take her boat rides in the twilight.
Which was very creepy.
She would have Jacques kidnap her one evening and scuttle the boat. No one would ever be the wiser. People would think the gators got her. Happened enough. It was foolproof. Or maybe it was just the thoughts of fools. You see, she never counted on Jacques falling in love with our Miss Rachel and running away with her. Hattie never counted on her own child double-crossing her. You see, when Hattie told Mr. Alexander that she wanted Miss Rachel for her own, she meant as her own property. She had no intention of letting Jacques have Miss Rachel for his own, even though that is what Madame Simone thinks. Hattie intended to sell her to the highest bidder deep within the swamp community.
Oh,
that was why she was giving her that special brown tea. But it backfired on Hattie, which is also why Jacques fought with her over Miss Rachel. Hattie finally realized she had to agree with Jacques, or lose him forever. She never liked Miss Rachel. After her son's death, she decided to forget her plans completely for Miss Rachel, as she would be worth nothing now that she was a ruined woman because of Jacques. Back then, Hattie was indeed a very dangerous woman, far more dangerous than you could imagine. Over the years, there were a number of young girls who would disappear after going on rides through Bayou La Fourche, only to be lost forever. Most people thought it were the gators that would get them, but I always feared it was Hattie. Talk was that after Jacques fell in love with Miss Rachel, the other disappearances stopped and the trail went cold. Which brings us to 20 years ago, when the both of you were born.
That must have been when our mother's diary picks up. To think that our own grandpère could have killed our father. Did Uncle Alexander know about that too? Is that how he got Dominic?
Did he, Joe? You have to tell us. Your uncle, Mr. Alexander, only knew that Sheriff Boulou and Mr. Etienne had located Miss Rachel and Jacques in late November of 1975. When Mr. Etienne came back from the swamps, I recall that he called over to Mr. Alexander late that night. I took the call. He wasn't the same arrogant man he had always been. He sounded, I don't know, possessed of le cœur cassé, as though something deep inside was in pain, a broken man. He told me he needed his brother. I told Mr. Alexander right away, and that night something seemed to change inside Mr. Alexander. I reckon it was as though a cloud had lifted over him. He left our house to run to his brother's side. Mr. Etienne had told your great-uncle just what he found and what happened that day in the swamps. He railed and told Mr. Alexander that he would find a way to kill Jack Midnight. The flood of emotions was terrible, yet that night I believe was the night that the two Elaines truly became brothers. For the next few months, Mr. Alexander watched over your grandpère until one early morning in March. Mr. Alexander had to go to Baton Rouge on business the day before, but that morning when he got back to Oakhaven to check on Mr. Etienne, he found your grandpère in the gazebo, pale and shaking with fear. He knew something was very, very wrong. Mr. Etienne kept muttering, must find Alexander's rifle. And what have I done? Over and over. Mr. Alexander ran upstairs to his old room and checked his gun cabinet. A chill crossed over him, for he saw that his prize Sharps infantry rifle was missing. You know, I never could figure out why Mr. Alexander kept his gun cabinet here in Oakhaven instead of taking it with him when he moved to Houma. Never had any guns at Houma, neither. Come to think of it. Well, except for one later on. But he called me right away, told me to bring Sheriff Boulou with me and meet him in the gazebo. By the time we got there, he'd been able to figure out what had happened and what Mr. Etienne had done. We called Doc Cardenay, an old friend of the Elaine family, and had Mr. Etienne put up in his bed and sedated. At last, the raving had ceased. Then the three of us went out in the boats, deep into the swamps off La Fourche Bayou. It was already nightfall when we found it. You see, your grandpère only meant to scare the boy, shoot over him. But when it was all said and done, his shot found its mark, and Jacques fell face down into the murky waters. We reckoned that Mr. Etienne had fallen back into the boat from the rifle's powerful kickback and dropped the firearm into the waters. We were lucky, I guess. It was low tide. The rifle was tangled up in some exposed cypress swamp roots, about 500 feet from Miss Rachel's island. Boulou and Mr. Alexander decided it would be best to keep the rifle with us in Houma, so that night we took it back with us. I hid it up in that old cypress wood chest in the attic. 3 days later, your grandpère died of a massive heart attack. I reckon the guilt of what he had done was just too much for him. Yes, Mr. Dominic, it was the Sharps infantry rifle, the very same one your grandpère used on Jack Midnight. You must understand that in his own way, even though fueled by rage, Mr. Etienne was acting out of love for your mother. He was convinced that all Midnight wanted was his money and was using Miss Rachel as a tool to get it. Though what happened was truly horrific, you must not judge him harshly. In his mind, I believe he thought he was saving her. After the day that your grandpa died, the three of us never spoke of it again. A few short years rolled by. Then in the fall of 1978, you came into our lives at home. What happened was that your Uncle Alexander had a client who was trying to adopt a baby, a boy, but was not having any luck. Mr. Alexander had put the word out to all his contacts that he was searching for a child. Hattie, that old witch, sent a note to him that she had something he wanted, and that if he came out to see her, well, they just might be able to do business. When he arrived at the hut, there you were. Hattie sold you to your great uncle, I guess to recoup the loss of the sale of Miss Rachel. She felt she had been cheated out of.
I don't like this whole
You
like verbiage
stunned
of
Mr.
selling
Alexander.
people.
You were the image of him as a boy. It was clear as day that you were in a lane. But he was never told about you, Miss Daphne, for you were still with your mother. He decided to keep Mr. Dominic for himself and told his clients that there was nothing he could do for them. Because the entire Lane fortune went to Madame Simone by rights of Mr. Etienne's will, you were insurance at first. Your great-uncle felt as though he finally had something of Mr. Etienne's. Something more precious than his holdings or Oakhaven. But far more quickly than you could imagine, you began to grow on Mr. Alexander, and he came to love you like his own son. When Miss Daphne came to live at Oakhaven a year later, Mr. Alexander made sure that the two of you grew up as close as cousins could be. As the years went by, he pieced the mystery together bit by bit. He realized that Hattie was not the crazy old woman that everyone thought she was, but rather a very dangerous woman. He knew that he had absolutely no real proof that Mr. Dominic was really the son of the now dead Jacques Menu and the one beautiful Miss Rachel Elaine. There was no birth certificate. There were only the forged adoption papers that he almost had to threaten one of his judges for. The day that Madame Simone caught you with that rifle, I thought I could see the signs of stroke then on Mr. Alexander's face. That was when we decided to hide the gun in the billiard room storeroom. From that day on, your Uncle Alexander was the driving force behind the two of you. Your lives, your education, nothing was too good for either of you. He swore to me that he would make an effort towards the rearing of both of you. Madame Simone began to confide in him. Things were happy finally for once in the Elaine family, even though the shadow and doubts of Miss Rachel's whereabouts were never far from our minds and hearts. But Mr. Alexander was becoming weaker and weaker as age began to take its toll. He knew as well that Madame Simone, who being delicate for years, was taking more and more to her bed with fevers. A few months ago, when she had been diagnosed with a terminal heart condition due to the severe attack of rheumatic fever, he knew he had to act. It was his idea to create these tests and puzzles to find out which of you would ultimately become the heir of the Oakhaven fortune. He knew that because of her love of games and conundrums, it would be easy to convince her, and so the plan was placed in motion. But then when he was stricken, I went to see him in the hospital. He was able to communicate with me through winks and eye movements that he feared that he was dying. He knew that you had the right to know your story, and told me to plant the pictures of the island and the gazebo, hoping that you might find out more than even we knew, and put it right. That was why I gave you my pa's knife, Mr. Dominic. The keys to that old chest were lost long ago, but I figured that you were smart enough to be able to jimmy it open if you two tried hard enough. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Poor Grandpère. But my heart goes out to Grandmère. She must have been beside herself with grief.
Yes, Daphne. She had to have been. But wait. That must have been the rifle I found in the attic that day. I remember sneaking it down from the attic. Grandmere caught me with it in my room when she came to visit.
Yeah.
Joe, are you telling us that you didn't leave both the pictures and the keys in the gazebo last night?
No, I never had the keys. No one did. Your uncle and I knew that the old trunk was there in the cave. We found it a few years ago, but we could never get it open. It's too old. Someone left the keys to the trunk in the gazebo last night, Joe. Now, I don't want you to worry about anything.
It's the grandmother.
Uncle Alexander will be coming back to Oakhaven to live out the rest of his days. I promise you. Both Daphne and I will make sure that he is cared for. We are family, Joe.
Dominic, let's go talk with Paulina now.
Shit.
You better wash up. It is almost time for dinner.
Paulina, Dominic and I have just returned from the island. Have you ever been there?
No, I never go into the swamps. And you would do well not to either, Miss Daphne.
I was just curious, that's all.
Why don't you go visit your grandmère? She was asking about the two of you earlier. By that time, dinner will be done. I've picked some lovely magnolias for the table. It will be like old times.
I'm sure that will be lovely, Paulina. We'll be back in time for dinner.
Okay. Oh, wow. Look at this one. Dude, all the bedrooms and bathrooms in these games are gorgeous. It's crazy.
Grandmère, how are you feeling? Dominic and I would like to speak with...
But of course, ma chérie,
Bonsoir, Simone. Any news about my father?
you'll be most happy to learn that his condition has greatly improved. While he still has a very long way to go, his doctors have been able to communicate with him through his eye movements. He's awake and lucid. It won't be long now before he is back with us here at Oakhaven. He helped my dear husband through a very difficult time once long ago. Now it is my turn to repay the favor. This is what family is all about.
I know if he could tell you himself, he would say how very lucky he is to have a sister-in-law such as you, Aunt Simone. I'm learning that brothers and sisters, whether by blood or by marriage, hold very special relationships.
Dominic, sometimes I feel that you are wise beyond your years. But now, tell me, how did your weekend fare? How far did each of you get in your tests?
I completed all of mine, and so did Dominic.
I guess you could say it was a tie, Aunt Simone.
A tie? And how does this make you feel? Come, what are your thoughts?
I still don't understand the plants in the fireplaces. I'm so confused.
Honestly, relieved. I know that you asked us not to speak to each other until it was all over. Well, returning back here to Oakhaven made us realize just how close we really are.
Yes, I agree with Dominic Clonmel. Dominic and I are family, and for whatever reasons, Le Destin have brought us together all those years ago. The earth and water of Oakhaven runs as strong and true through us as any alliance who may have once lived here. We ask that you consider allowing us both to share Oakhaven equally, side by side.
They actually say it's much more wise to have a 51-49% ownership in things, because if there's things that just y'all cannot absolutely agree on,
Daphne and I both love you.
So 50-50 might
we
not
belong
work.
here with our family.
51-49, I'm on board with.
Mais oui, this is better than Alexander and I had hoped for. You, Daphne, a budding lawyer, and Dominique, a business manager. This is just what Oakhaven needs. You have made me very happy. I'll have my lawyers start the paperwork first thing in the morning.
There is something else, Clonmel.
What
you
is
tell
it,
her?
mon petit chou?
Do you recall telling me about the D'Anjou family heirloom? I wanted you to tell Dominic about it as well.
There are many heirlooms here, Daphne. Are you speaking of my wedding dress? I don't think Dominique would be interested in that.
No. It was a silver necklace with a brilliant gemstone in the center. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Ah oui, le collier d'Agneau. This was an heirloom passed down through my own family in France, from mother to eldest daughter for centuries. Its value, however, was in sentiment alone. It was a simple silver locket which had a clear beryl stone in the center. It would be given to a daughter on her 16th birthday. This legend says that it gives the wearer a feeling of peace and guards against stress. Sadly, Daphne will never get to wear this necklace. You see, I gave it to my Rachel when she was 16. She never took it off. Ever. Even that night she came to me in that terrible storm and gave Daphne to me. She was still wearing it. I'm afraid it is lost, as your mother is, Daphne. You know, sometimes I wish that she'd given it to you as a child before she brought you here. That way, at least I would still have something of my daughter for remembrance sake. But it was not to be.
Well, she brought it
Simone,
back.
Daphne has something to
Is
show
she
you.
alive? Is her mom alive?
Clonmel, Dominic and I found this out by the gazebo.
Mon Dieu! It is a D'Anjou locket! Rachel. Oh, my Rachel.
Oh, Clonmel, please don't cry. That wasn't my intention, please.
Oh, no, my sweet child. I am happy that you found the locket and happier that you brought it back to me. I can finally lay my grief over my daughter to rest. It now belongs to you, Daphne.
Clonmel, it will make me happy if you would keep it for me for a while. I'll tell you what, we'll make a new tradition and add to its legend. You may give it to me as something old when I get married.
Isn't she passing away in 6 months? Isn't that what she said?
For now, you wear it for me.
What if you don't get married within 6 months?
I think that's a wonderfully sweet idea, Daphne.
She only has 6 months!
Thank you, both of you, for finding it. I love you both more than words can say.
We'll let you rest a little longer before dinner, Clonmel. Paulina says it should be ready soon. I think she's making something special.
At dinner then, Aunt Simone. Rest well.
Oh, Dominic, isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it truly is.
Dominic, do you think Mother left the locket in the gazebo for us to find?
Yeah, that's what I
Do
want to know.
you think she's still alive?
I didn't think so earlier, but now I just don't know. Maybe if the two of us put our heads together, we'll be able to find that out. Somehow.
Someday. We promise, Mother. We promise.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, that one was so good. Like, I knew there was going to be a Haunted Cliff House that game. Yes, hell yeah. If you haven't played Haunting at Cliff House, I played that one as well. Please do. And I am just like, I knew that, like, at first I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Like two cousins competing, because I like to be competitive too, and just like seeing who can get the inheritance. But like the more you learned about things, the more I was like, there's definitely something more to this. And to find out what happened to their parents, oh my god. Well, like, you saw it, I very nearly cried. I am just like, I really liked this one. So thank you for coming along with me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.